I that was kind of dumb. That was a stupid intro. I don't know why I did that. But if you've been on TikTok at all in like the past 2 weeks, you probably know what that audio is for. You probably know what conspiracy theory it ties into, which is, Saturn is hell, Saturn worship theory, which I'm gonna try. This is a video about conspiracy theories. I'm gonna try really hard not to blame Israel for everything. I forgot what old video did I have where I had like a dumb intro and I played a song at the start and it had that song. Let's see what video. Um, where is Omni Man? My Invincible rant. Posted this like a month ago. Y'all, I was on Saturn Worship Theory before anyone. Top song of April. I'll pull it up. Was The Sign by Ace of Base. I've been on this shit. Um, but I kind of want to just talk. I've been wanting to talk about conspiracy theories for a while, especially the Saturn is hell, Saturn worship theory, because no one really gets it. I think it's been really misinterpreted by everyone. The Sign. That was for April. One of my top album. Oh. Mm, super bad. Kung Fu Panda, Project Hail Mary. Hey, okay, but hey, we got some good stuff here though. What are the other ones? I know. Hey, okay. Let's stop. Yeah. Um, I'm probably gonna tackle the Saturn's hell, Saturn worship theory towards the end because it's a much more difficult topic, and I want to explain it in full before. So even I don't get all of it. There's this really, really good video by this dude. It's like 25 minutes long, and he explains all of it, like the parts that most. A lot of the TikToks just got like 73 hexagon Saturn. Yeah, which I mean, like it's part of it, but like you know, it's just like not exactly what the theory is. The theory's more so saying that we live in a simulation, and Saturn is like, yeah, it's like from the outside trying to communicate to us, or that Saturn is just hell. I'm gonna talk about that later. I want to talk about other cool, not cooler. I do like Saturn worship theory. I think it's cool. It's also kind of so mainstream. Like, I know it's kind of just lame to say, but like, dude, I heard I've heard so many people talk about it, first of all. My homeboy, like a week ago, less than a week ago, we were talking, he was asking like ChatGPT something, and it mentioned Saturn, and he just starts singing the fucking song. Next day, my other homeboy, mentioned something about the elites worshiping Saturn. And it's like everyone knows this theory at this point, but I feel like so many people misinterpret it, right? You know? Um, so that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Which I want to do some like dumb conspiracy theories first because, those are the ones that I like to cover and that probably aren't real. Saturn worship theory. I'm not gonna try to. Ooh, I don't know if I should talk about 9/11. My friends watch these videos. All right. First one, I want to talk about this for a while. I knew a kid whose dad believed this because he's like pretty country. Birds aren't real theory. I don't know how people believe this shit. It was originally started as a joke in 2017 by Peter Mc McIndo. Sorry, Peter McIndo. Yeah, he started the fake conspiracy theory. Yeah. Peter McIndoe is a performance artist, filmmaker, and founder of the Birds Aren't Real movement, a satirical conspiracy theory. Satirical. But, because of the internet, people just were like, oh, all right. Like, it gets to those people, and they just pick up the theory. So, I'm changing my shirt. You know, so it's like, that was kind of the main reason it picked off. That's why a lot of conspiracy theories pick off, is just because of the internet and, the type of people it can reach. Is this a shirt I can wear? Oh, this looks like a good shirt. Sorry. Um, which is also like, oh fuck. I don't know if Agartha's a conspiracy theory. I think I must just like genuinely believe that shit. I do fucking love Agartha edits though. I love the edits from conspiracy theories. I will always say that. That's it's really good at making me think, you know what? Maybe this is real. I don't believe in Agartha, but it's fun to talk about. And also the white monster thing's really funny. So, um, I, I'm gonna see. Explain it. Just Agartha. I don't know where the history came from. It's kind of the Hollow Earth conspiracy, which, if you know anything about fucking science, you know that's just not a thing. Um, in the 17th century, scientist Edmund Halley, who is this? Edmund Hawley. Damn, this guy's old as hell. Yo, he was the comet guy. And proposed a weird scientific idea that Earth might contain hollow layers. I mean, like, actually, I know it was like the 17th century, but like, bro, come on. We've got to know something. And I know, like, Agartha's like tied to the air. Is it Aryans? The Aryan race? Yeah. Which is then also tied to, you know, the Nazis and thinking it's the peak human, the Aryan race. Yeah. And, blonde hair, like bleach blonde hair, blue eyes, super white skin, the works of Agartha, and it's oh, let's search. Let's do TikTok. So I want to show you Agartha edit. Fucking love these edits. Looks like a lizard. Insectoids look like a praying. The graves look like your classic movie aliens. Dude, okay, so my sister does the elementary school, the elementary school concerts, and I like go to that shit because I know, very supportive brother. Um, and they were doing this thing where it's a mashup of like different songs, so like they'd sing like 5 seconds from one song and move on to the next. They did like 20 songs. They start singing "Down Under" by who were they by? Down Under, but that shit. I was like neuron activation. I was like, hold up. Whoa, whoa. And I like lock in immediately. I'm like, yeah, Men at Work. Didn't they make another really famous song? Um, so a lot to talk about for Agartha there. I fucking love Agartha edits. I'm always all of them. So I'm gonna tie this into another conspiracy theory. Obviously, that's not the conspiracy theory I believe with Israel. Oh, fuck, I should not talk about 9/11. But uh, you know, and then a lot of these just tie into Israeli stuff and even like the Jews. Oh fuck, I sound so anti-Semitic. I'm not anti-Semitic. But I'm just saying, that's kind of what Agartha is. It ties into that because of the Aryan race. So a lot of things trace back to Israel. All right, what's another thing I can poke fun at? Oh, the Denver airport airport's conspiracy theory. All right. I'm not gonna say I hate this one. I don't. I think it's dumb, and a lot of the stuff about it is dumb. Like the blue horse outside, and people are like, oh, it's one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Why aren't there four horsemen then? Why is it one fucking horse, huh? I mean, like, what are we doing, guys? Come on, you know? Um, and then it's like, the murals inside ti- ties back to Nazis again. There's this one mural, and it's this dude with a gas mask, and he's like raising a flag and shit. It looks like the Nazis. It looks like Nazi stuff. And I mean, America, I'm not gonna say it's Nazi Germany, but especially during World War II, we had internment camps and shit. I'm not trying to get into America and the Nazis, but you know. Um, so they just kind of, or they believe it's like a thing for the elites to go hide out in when the bombs drop. When the bombs drop, nothing ever happens. So, you know. Oh, lizard people. I fucking love talking about lizard people because they probably aren't real, but it's stuff with like Mark Zuckerberg, and I know what lizard people. I love watching TikTok conspiracy edits. Lizard people. Yeah, it's just like these people. This is us. Illuminati. Should I get into the Illuminati and their roots? I feel like I should make a much longer video about this, but also I don't want to because I don't really want the other people in my life to know that I believe certain things about Israel. I know everyone hates Israel, but also I don't hate Jews. Please don't say I hate Jews. I think yeah, I'm gonna make a longer thing. I'm gonna cut this and I'm gonna start explaining the Saturn is hell slash Saturn worship theory because I semi believe in this shit. Okay, outfit change, yeah. I'm not gonna get into 9/11 conspiracy. I don't know why I'm doing this fucking video. I look like such a chud. Um, but kind of just because I want to talk about conspiracy theories, I'll pull up a Google Doc. I'm not trying to say anything. I don't know if I want to talk about 9/11. I was talking to my dad about it today. I'm not trying to say, who did 9/11. I also want to preface, none of these are anti-Semitic. None of my remarks are anti-Semitic, so, you know. Um, I'm gonna get into 9/11. I don't believe this, but this is evidence I have of stuff. I really shouldn't post this fucking video. I'm not saying the government's watching me, but I feel like I'm just gonna look like an idiot. Um, that the Pentagon, on 9/10/2001, the Pentagon lost $2.3 trillion in transactions due to incompatible accounting systems, is what they said. Could not properly track $2.3 trillion in transactions due to incompatible accounting systems. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, I'm not saying they did 9/11, not the US at least, but I am gonna say it was blown. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm going to say they seized the opportunity of 9/11 to begin the war on terror in the Middle East to benefit Israel. I will say that. I don't believe that's controversial. I think that's a pretty lukewarm take. That the U.S. used 9/11 as this big point to declare their war on terror, which was a war that didn't benefit anyone really except Israel. Um, so, so this war has killed about 7,000 soldiers and has cost trillions of dollars to fund. Um, and Islamic terrorism. And also just like Israel in general, it's becoming a worse and worse place to live, but you know, because of the rest of the Middle East pushing back on them because of the war crimes they're committing. I think that's also not a crazy thing to say. Israel is committing war crimes. I You can just search it up. It's on. Just you can just search up a video and you can see them killing innocent civilians. I mean, like actually. Um, I'm not talking about 271. Okay, Saturn warship. I'm gonna talk about this because it's more of like a joking conspiracy, but it's let me pull up the GPT. I know this is the stupidest shit. I don't completely believe in it. I don't believe in the version that a lot of people believe in. Fave number, one word. I'm gonna say 73. The fuck? That's seven. One through 100. 73. Okay, fave planet. Probably Saturn. Fave shape. Hexagon. Favorite day of a week. This is a thing that's not mentioned very much, but it gives you the answer of Saturn, which I'm trying to tie this more into the worship theory of the the Jewish the Jewish religion worshiping Saturn in a way. Saturn is not Saturn. Saturday is the day of Jewish worship. Wait, I'm pretty sure that's true. Day of Jewish worship. Yeah, Saturday. So, you know, um, I'm not gonna get in super far into this, but it's just people always saying that shit. You line up the Chat GPT logos, it makes a Star of David, Israel, Judaism, you know, all of that stuff. But there's also like three levels to this theory, I'd say. I think the like most basic level is you watch a fucking TikTok edit. Let me pull up the TikTok edits I'm talking about. Because I'm assuming if you've been on TikTok, you've seen these Saturn Saturn hexagon. I mean, like, or this shit. Ro- I mean, that's the most basic level. You see a TikTok edit, you barely get it. Let's see if any of mine now posted that. No, okay. Yeah. That's the most basic level. It's just like you don't even understand the connection really. You just relate it all to Saturn worship. It's basic. The next level is like a bit more, you think of it a bit harder. It's become just kind of this thing of worship that's just not like random shit's connected to it, but it's kind of just become a symbol for worship, like the Freemasons, the triangles and eyes, you know. And it's just like it's kind of just become a symbol, and anything in relation to it is kind of a worship of Saturn and Judaism, which is, I mean, like that's a grounded theory, but also. And then here's the big theory that I'm going to try to talk about, that we live in a simulation and that our universe was created and accidentally fucked up and given flaws, and we are a flawed species, and Saturn is like a symbol from like out of this simulation of like just what it is, you know. I'm not very good. I don't truly believe in Saturn theory. I believe in the elites worshiping something, but I don't believe in it being Saturn theory. But like when the people outside of the system tried to erase us, Jesus or some other religious figure came in and saved us. And now we live in a flawed reality that that's why there's all these signs. It's because it was pre-made and we live in a simulation. Um, And now that's why like a lot of we were meant to live in a perfect universe, but because it was flawed and they tried to delete us and we were saved, now we're stuck here and we have to either get out with Saturn or Saturn's gonna it's currently communicating us and trying to help us get out. It's been told to us for millennia, and that's why ancient cultures knew the hexagon on Saturn, and like worshipped stuff about Saturn before they knew much about it because of astrology. Um, it was called the Black Cube, which is Islam. They have the Black Cube. No, God, I've seen some funny shit where they say it's like Fortnite and they're worshiping Saturn. I love those videos where it's like obviously ironic. Um, Kevin the Cube, Saturn worship. Come on, please. Does this show it? Please show Kevin the Cube. Okay, it doesn't show Kevin the Cube. But you get, but yeah, 33 is also one. You get what I mean.
Bella, everything black and rectangular. You know what that is? A cube of Saturn, Chris.
Oh, yeah, it also ties into like stuff about Moloch and how to pronounce. I don't know. I never know if it's ball or like da. That's Jesus Christ. That was stupid. Ball. It's just ball. All right, I've been doing it correctly then. Yeah, it's stuff into them about that, and also the elites kind of worshiping them because of eating babies, and we know that the elites eat babies. So, oh God, this ties into so much other stuff. Now with the Hanta virus, and nothing's come of it because Hanta, in an ancient language that they used, means that like there is nothing or something, and then nothing ever happens. I don't want to keep going about this because I'm going to sound crazier and crazier. Um, yeah. Oh yeah, it's Kevin. Okay, here's the shit I was talking about. Like fucking God, I love these videos. But it's shit like this. So, um, I'm not saying I believe in any of these theories, maybe one or two, but I just came here to talk about some dumb and not so dumb conspiracy theories. All right,